crypto, stacking and make it flip, yo. Supplementing the income, did I mention that it's lit, yo? Spitting the truth out, struggle to pick the new route. Tired of living from paycheck to paying bills where I lose out. So I'm investing no time for the second guessing. Diversifying my cash can leave all my eggs in one basket, I figure. So that's it, yo. Flipping rap in the crypto, income producing admin, did I mention that it's lit, yo? I'm on the come up, these brothers getting they ones up, wanna run with us because we show a secure way to level up. I'm on that double dutch, it's a quick trip, NFT flip, check the numbers, I don't need friends. My payment system is so amazing, it came encrypted. It's privacy and security, that's what you were missing. Listen, this ain't no Wi-Fi, it's DeFi. Sending currency on the reply, you wanna rewind this. To get a better understanding, know that welcome was the plan and taking steps to money management. That's how we handle it from peer to peer in the clear. So anything weird couldn't interfere here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live edition of Rap in Crypto. I am your main man, LJ. We have our special guest in the building, Sister Shy Chanel. How are you this evening?
I'm good. I can't complain. I feel blessed. How you doing?
You know, I'm blessed. I got breath in my body, and you know, we're here tonight for another Wednesday night show, so I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I'm excited to be in the building, right? To talk about money. Who doesn't like to talk about money, regardless if it's credit, crypto, whatever it is, anything for our betterment for our financial future is always a plus and win for me.
Sure, for sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen that are viewing, of course, we got another Hall of Fame banger for y'all this evening. Brother HD will be in the building here soon. He was running into a few technical difficulties, but like I said, he will be here soon. But ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off. Sister Shy Chanel, of course, we want to go ahead and start off with our favorite question. Who is Sister Shy Chanel?
Okay, so Shy Chanel is my second entity. Okay, she is my alter ego. What I represent when I represent Shy Chanel is first and foremost Black women in beauty. We have so many stigmas and things that's placed against us on our beauty, but it's also idolized for every I would say industry, right? They're always a mimic or something that pertains to the Black woman beauty, to where we don't get to shine enough of it for our own selves, and especially in a positive light, right? Because that takes a role too. So I like to show things that my daughters could be proud of, so where they can look at it and be like, "Oh, mommy, that's so beautiful," right? So that's a plus too. Something that's not over saturated with sexuality and things like that. Is just pure, Black beauty. So that's what Shy Chanel is on an artist standpoint. Now, on a business standpoint, oh, she's a beast. She's a monster. I want to say that. I want to say that I'm proud of who I became inside of the business world and networking with so many different people, and the elevation I've seen from me branding myself as Shy Chanel within the past 2 years. It has tremendously took it off, and it's like dang dash, and when you feel that need to where people are not paying you for your product no more as much as they're paying me for my signature.
That's a blessing.
It is. It is.
It's a blessing for sure. So if you would just talk a little bit about, I know we're going to get into this art here soon, but just talk a little bit more about that business portion with Shy Chanel. So I know we have the image up on the screen for those people that are tuning in visually via the stream. We have a site here titled Panda One Nation Business Shoutouts. If you would just talk a little bit about what's going on here and what you've basically been working on with this.
Okay, so Panda One Nation is me and my partner Panda. music platform and business platform now that we have merged with the business scene. And PANDA stands for Positivity and Negativity Don't Agree. It's an acronym. And first, my partner, let me say that what he did first was get a whole network of independent artists that was so dope and so hot. And he put them all and was like, listen, everybody needs support and support is free, right? So how about we all come together? And from that, it's just grown tremendously. I first started out with the Panda One Nation was in South Carolina. We owned a nightclub down there, and the Panda would get up on our stage and perform with the independent artists that would come into this nightclub, and we shut it down, right? So then we start having more of an online presence to funnel that system. But when I noticed that marketing and advertisement is, it's a beast when you want to make money, if you can do it right. I teach that too. But if you can do it right, you can have something. You have something very successful. So that's where Panda One Nation is in, and now we're advertising businesses on our website as well as independent artists. But we also have this invention that we are launching this year called the Music Card, and it's actually augmented reality, to where it's serviced as its own streaming system. It gives independent artists a way to get paid without the middleman, like directly from your consumer and your listeners and your fan base, straight to your pockets, right? Because that's one thing that we haven't really grasped back to because of third-party streaming and these streaming services. Artists is really getting cutthroat out here because they might get 1 to 2 cents, if that, and it has to be so many listeners and plays and things like that before you even see anything. So how about we take it back old school with the new, digital wave, of course.
It's a blessing. So with that being said, in terms of the platform that we see in front of us here, just being able to speak to this, what would be something that maybe somebody who's an artist or somebody who basically wants to get involved with being able to put themselves on this page? Because I know you mentioned that you
Can
got.
we be real? Can I be real?
Sure.
Being real, the industry is showing its true colors, right? We all see what goes on and things like that. So with Panda One Nation, one of our missions is to start something that's positive, but also start something that's safe, right? Because that plays a part in it too. Not just safe because people out here wilding, physically and abuse and all of that goes on within the industry, but safe as far as in your pockets, your royalties, things like that. And we're also having that outlet without gatekeeping our industry leads. Like I'm signed to shout out to Herb Middleton, Moontown Records. I'm signed to some prominent people for my art, again, in my digital graphics, but I'm signed to these people that are Grammy nominated and platinum award winning, things like that. Even the youngest brother that does productions, his name is Dempsey, shout out to him. He's successful, by far. Right now he's with Jazzy Fizzle, and he's done songs with Usher and so many different other people, Black Youngster, Boosie. He has so many tracks. And these are the people that's in our network, to where if you need a track or, a production by someone that has industry credibility and can take you to a Grammy, hit us up. That's it. It ain't no gatekeeping. I'm going to talk to you just like I'm talking right now. I'm 100% honest. So that's what I would want an artist to know. We're here to help. We're here not only to teach you what to do, to give you industry leads, but also educate you on the business of music, because it's no longer the music industry. This is a business. And you need to have those right qualifications, tools, the right resume to get in a business, right? Especially as something as competitive as music and entertainment.
Sure. So I guess trying to keep the conversation progressive as we're talking about music and entertainment. Let's kind of speak to the artists who may be on your side of the art realm or the art industry in that essence. What benefits do they have there, or if any?
For music artists, I would say the network. I would
Well,
say,
speaking, I'm more so not necessarily so much. I'm sorry, not so much
I mean,
speaking.
visual arts.
Yes, ma'am. I should say visual arts. I do.
Okay, so as far as in visual arts, learning how to make a bag off of it. Of course, you know, NFT, that's a whole market within itself. It was very prominent for a lot of people where they got a nice bag. Um, you have so many different sales and platforms now like Etsy and all the different kinds of things, Shopify, whatever, so where you can utilize visual arts and make it a business for yourself. Me, so far, I haven't done anything where, you know, I partner with Etsy or anything like that as of yet. I've really been helping other people who inspire to do art, but they don't have that qualifications. I help them. I've been branding a lot of other people, clothing lines and things like that, album covers, pats to myself on my back. Just this month, 3 of my album covers went to Sony. So, you know, that's incredible.
Oh,
That's incredible for me because more and more people get to see my artwork. So it's so many different fields out here to where you can get it done. It's businesses out here that need art. Art is a form of marketing and advertisement. People need these graphics. People need logos. People need designs. Parties. I've designed for people kid parties to where they want to have their own personal swag and, you know, customized party favors. This industry can go so far for you if if you put the work in.
right, right, 100,000%, 100,000% agree. So being as that is, what would you say your start in the industry of visual arts was, and how
Pain.
long was it? Oh, okay, painting.
Pain. Pain prompted my progress. Sometimes when you hit rock bottom so low, you don't have nowhere else to go but up.
Fair enough.
Right? That's just being real in a nutshell.
100%, 100%. That is, look, zero lies detected. Zero.
For real, sometimes you can't. Sometimes God will show you how much strength you need to have in Him and within yourself, with nothing else attached. And that's when you can say that you're a real hustler or a survivor, or whatever the kids is calling it nowadays. When you have absolutely, can I curse? Okay. Okay. When you have sugar honey iced tea, right? Okay. When you have nothing to your name and you have no one else, to depend on but you and God, you become a different kind of warrior when once you get up there.
Right. You're 100% right. 100% right about that. So, in terms of, I guess, in terms of your start, what you did, as far as like the visual arts and different things, like what resources did you tap into and what things did you kind of explore, to get yourself to where you're at now?
I would say definitely history. That plays a lot. My art shows a lot of Black power, Black pride. Now digital art is easier. AI learning AI systems. I recommend that every Black person try to jump into that lane right now while it's still in infancy, and businesses is gonna be booming, knocking it down, trying to find people that know how to do this. So yeah, that's the main thing. I would say that would be my answer to that.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So, I know you had mentioned a little bit, and ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get into some of Sister Sha Chanel's art. Just give us a few moments. We're going to, go a little bit further here in the interview, and then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, y'all are in for a treat. So, Sister Sha Chanel, I know you had mentioned a little bit about you hearing about and understanding a little bit about NFTs. What things would you say, one, that you heard the most about dealing with NFTs, and two, what experience, if any, do you have with maybe seeing somebody doing NFTs or possibly looking into NFTs?
Okay, so my son actually, my oldest son, I have a 22-year-old. So he was my partner strong, but then he started saying, "Listen, Ma, I'm 22. I'm about to, I need to hit the nest. I gotta leave." Okay, so so now but he was the one who put me on to even knowing what NFTs was. I further did my own research and realized that people made a big grip off of NFTs. It's also a way to make money tax free, to where it's all on your control and how you sell the art. And if you can really have your own standpoint and stand out with your NFTs and your art, then now you're a brand in a whole different uh world and stream. Where I wanted to find, and my end hopes was, how can we get more melanated people to join in getting the NFTs? Because I know art, I'm gonna say this: Hunter Biden is one of my muses, and not because of his political realm or anything like that, because they ain't good people. But what he did with the bag and how he successfully made millions on art, Black people can take a toll of that. Me as an artist, you as an artist too, because I'm sure you're into NFTs as well. So us being artists, art is a different form and scale of currency, right? It's not like it's a car to where it has a cap on how much you can overcharge a person for a car, right? Legally. Art it has no cap to the value of it. The value withholds within how many people say that this art piece is good or this artist is good. So if it's 1 million people that say LJ right now is the bomb artist out here, then now LJ, your art can sell for well over $1 million, right? And tax free as well, because people can donate. You can donate your art, right? You can donate your art to so many different schools, to so many different libraries and community centers, to where it will be at that same held value for $1 million. And now you spreading love in a different way. When you put NFTs into it, now it's that cryptocurrency. That's different. I'm starting to see that cryptocurrency is numbers. It's a barter system with numbers and trades and things like that. But how much can we go? What is the limitation or the unlimitations that we can do as Black people to really make the big bag and successfully be okay and have generational wealth, hopefully, behind this?
That's awesome. That's awesome. So with what you're asking about, the beautiful thing about NFTs is it's really a wide open market. It's a wide open realm. The first thing, and ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, pull out the pencils and the notepads. If you haven't heard me go on this tangent before, go ahead, get ready, buckle up, y'all. So look, check this out. The way that you want to approach this is, first and foremost, you have to realize that a market needs to be present. So you need to have people, just like you said, that need to have value for what you're getting ready to present to the public. So whether that's a group that you just have as a whole bunch of Facebook friends, if you got 100 Facebook friends and y'all are all in a group and you know all these people are going to love what you put out and they're going to support you, fine. That means you have 100 consumers, and let's just say, for all intents purposes, a high value of that is, let's just say 50% of those people support you, whatever the case may be. And you have other ways of pushing it out, family and friends, but I always tell people, the last people you want to run to as your first supporters are your family, unless those are the type of people that are just like, it doesn't matter what you do, they're there supporting. Because at the end of the day, when you're dealing with NFTs and you're dealing with art and you're dealing with producing different things and pushing things to the general public, it's a general census of, dealing with business with your family is always one of the hardest things to get over the hump with. So you don't want to necessarily approach your situation with getting over a hump. You want to approach your situation with, you know what, I'd rather deal with no's from these people that, yeah, I know them from my group, but I don't know them anywhere outside of that, versus I got to see all these people at Thanksgiving dinner and all these people mad because they just like, why you keep hitting me up talking about these digital things? I don't want no parts of that. So getting more into it is just one of those things where, like I said, you have to build the community out. Now, with that being said, you also have to look at what value you have in terms of what you're getting ready to present to the public. So let's just say you have a piece of digital art. That's perfect and great. We saw the realm of people being able to use digital art pieces as NFTs and be able to make big bank and different things. But the secret sauce that a lot of people didn't know about a lot of those big images and a lot of those big things that people were paying big money for, there were certain perks and there were certain benefits behind those. So certain ones may have, some of the bigger ones may have given you private access to a private yacht party. And the only way that you get on this yacht party is if you have this specific NFT image on your whatever the device is that you're holding the NFT on. So there's value in that. But of course, a lot of people, when there was a craze going on with NFTs, a lot of people just basically were making images and putting them out and saying, hey, I got NFTs out. Where a lot of people fell flat is what I like to say is they did not put what we like to call in this realm utility behind those NFTs. Utility is based off of, again, what your value is that you're going to provide to people, whether that's a service, whether that's information, whether that's access to specific apps or websites or whatever the case may be. It's all about what you're going to be able to provide to people because they took advantage of actually having those NFTs or digital collectibles that you collect. That you create for people to collect. So again, like I said, starting off with community and starting off with being able to basically figure out exactly what the value is and utility that you're going to give to people. So once you have those two things, you pretty much have the juice in the craft, because of course, if you're an artist coming into the space, you can already do the art, you can already do the graphics, you can already do the setup. Of course, you want titles and everything, descriptions. Of course, you want to set all those different things up. So of course, you want to go through a business process of, okay, I want to make sure everything's spelled correctly. I want to make sure everything's formatted correctly in terms of presentation. But outside of that, it takes no more than that to actually go and create an NFT. People could genuinely go and create an NFT tonight. Let's just say they have a business and they're like, oh, well, I have a product I want to put out for NFTs. Well, you could go do that tonight. You just have to be able to, again, create community, create utility, and be able to go ahead and put yourself forward with creating value. Now, with that being said, what I do want to do is go ahead and segue into being able to have the art put up. Sister Ruby, if you would cue it up, and let's go ahead and let the people check out what Sister Sha Chanel has to offer.
Yes. So these are my pieces that I sent you, of course, and people could see way more on social media. But I wanted to, while they're viewing the art, the community part, that's keeps sticking out to me when you say that. That's a hard bargain, like you said, community. When people, it is a taboo to see a Black family thrive together, because usually someone that's in that family that do seek out success and entrepreneurship, they don't have that community first standpoint within their, their closest range. And I think part of that comes, it's a curse and a blessing, because part of that comes from us touring from that village standpoint. When as soon as we had tapped into social media and the online presence of having so many different strangers come into our lifestyle and into just our everyday realm, it did have a standpoint to where now people are more focused on, I'll rather scroll past a stranger and like a stranger before I like someone that I know. How do we break that, right? How do we break that? And my formula is doing just this. Turning those strangers as well as your family into family. Bring it together. Like for me, for my instance, my mom, she shares my work. You know, I have a strong team of family and friends that I know personally in my life for, you know, for years. They're super supportive. And I think that's because also that persona that I give out, to where I show people I want this so bad, right? That's another thing too, because we can come up with entrepreneurs and outside hustles and be like, hey, support us, right? And how many times do you look at on an offset when, you know, when you ask your family to support you, and then 2 years later down the line, you got another business venture and you like, hey, can you support me with this? Can you support me with this? I think consistency for our villages, and commitment too, because Black people don't really be committed to nothing. All right. I think commitment, when people and our family and strangers and friends, when they start seeing that you really want this bad enough and you're committed to it, I think that energy changes. I think that energy shifts a little bit. And again, it doesn't hurt to have strangers validate you, because usually that's the way that it is aimed at, is that strangers to validate you before your family or friends support you.
Sure.
Right? You need that validation of strangers. I've really, like I said, I've been working hard on both ends. So I'm happy that, you know, my family and friends do support me. They're here. If ever I need anything, and I've been building a network of different artists and different graphic designers. I've built a network. I built my own team of graphic designers. So the players that's in my team, they're just as good. In their own powerful, you know, strengths that they have that's better than me. I think that's another thing too, to have a conglomerate of people that's doing the same thing as you. Don't look at it as competition. There's no competition in this world today. It's so much money out here, and then money is not even real. You know, I tell people that all the time. It is a debt note that we don't even own. There's no gold back behind it. Standing melanated, you're worth more than the cash dollars that's in your pocket. So that's a whole nother, you know, that's a whole nother topic. But that's a whole nother show. We can get into that. But
sure.
just standing, if you are serious, if you have something that you're heartfelt about, and you see that your family is not supporting you, go to them. Usually our people got a good conscience. We have a good conscience. We have a good heartfelt bone or a gene, whatever it is in us, to where if you know, if your brother came to you and he was like, yo, bro, listen, I know I've been hustling mad hard and I done did this, I done did that, but this right here is my passion. This right here is my dream. You have a second, you know, conscious thought to, okay, hold on, maybe he is serious. Cry if you got to. Cry to them people. Listen, this right here, this my shit. I believe in it. This my baby. It's gonna grow. Because that's what I had to do. A lot of people was like, I don't know about you doing art. I still get a lot of no's to this day. And I'm validated, bro. I done designed for Black millionaires. Again, I've been in record labels to where my artwork has been on album covers. I've been in a museum sponsored by the NAACP. And there's still venues and galleries that'll tell me no, right? But I keep pushing. That's another thing, and staying consistent. You have to keep pushing regardless if someone that you know or you don't know, if they tell you no, if your community is telling you no, then start a whole new community with my people that's going to tell you yes.
Every time. And that's a big lesson that, of course, we like to preach here. And I shouldn't even say preach, but, you know, of course, we want to communicate to people is you have to go to the places that you're celebrated and not the places that you're tolerated. You have to truly be able to invest in yourself and be able to expand yourself into communities that'll be able to help you expand. You don't want to put yourself in a place and surround yourself with people who aren't necessarily in the positions that want to necessarily push what you're doing forward. Because at the end of the day, one, that's going to stagnate you. Two, of course, everybody should be self-motivated, but at the end of the day, like Sister Shai said, everybody wants to be able to validate themselves, or even if not necessarily so much be validated, be more so in a position to be able to be pushed and propelled forward and be able to have that support and that backing so people can actually see, hey, they got good people behind them. So with that being said, Sister Shy, if you would talk to us a little bit about, we didn't get a chance to get too much into the art that the people were able to see. If you would just talk to us a little bit about some of the pieces that you were able to do in terms of your inspiration behind some of those, as well as, what you were looking to be able to display and convey to the people.
Okay, so this one here is Mother and Son. Mother Africa, of course, in the sun glistening, but to a person's face who's never been there before, who don't know that culture and who inspires to know that culture, you would see this culture here within this painting. You can automatically see that it's Africa, right? You can automatically depict that. But having that mother and son is a whole new different meaning, because now we're talking about the beginning and creation. A lot of people want to take the creation motherland from us. Of course, I'm not saying that. I'm not speaking on the time because I don't want nobody to get Shy Chanel misconstrued. I'm very awoke, okay? I'm not saying on the standpoint from creation of Black people. I'm saying on the standpoint of creation of everyone. It starts there. That's undeniable. So that's what I was depicting here. That's what I was trying to get in the realms of how can something be so beautiful but also so historically correct.
That's awesome. So let's go ahead, and I think we'll do like 2 or 3 more.
Sisterhood. Okay, the last one was Sisterhood. This one here, yes. So a lot of women hit me up and they asked me if I can do sisterhood things for them, for their conventions, for the events that they have coming up. One, I had just recently graduated as one of the first Black doula societies ever in history. So now I'm a doula, right? To add that to my boat. But one thing I realized is that healing tears are contagious. So when a bunch of sisters get together, especially if they've been through something traumatic, dramatic, or whatever the case may be, when they get together and it's that bonding of sisterhood, and one start crying, the one passing the girl a tissue, she crying too. Okay. So it's straight sisterhood. And again, healing tears are contagious. And I'm starting to realize that as being a sister and being out there with more sisters within the world, now stepping into the realm of these women that's having these babies, becoming their sister in a time of need to where they need me. So that's what that is.
For sure. It's dope. All right, so let's go into another one. What about this one?
Okay, so
Girl, you gonna have to get it together. I'm gonna end up start crying now. Calm down.
Okay.
I know. It's
So
powerful.
I've been designing some awoken material, and not awoken like to where you're seeing this downright all spiritual. No, I mean awakening within yourself, self-reflection, right? And of course you have to, as above, so below. If there's a God up there, there's a God in here. Right? If there's a God up there, there's a God in here. And also finding yourself. How do you find the God within yourself, your conscience? I tell, when I do interviews or podcasts, one of the things that I always quote about myself is that people don't love who they are. But they can't love who they are because they haven't discovered who they are, right? They don't know who they are. A lot of our people are lost on a concept of who you are is who you face in the mirror every day. This avatar, garment, or whatever you want to call it, the shell. This is not who you are. This is a part of you. What you look like in the mirror could be a part of you, but who you are is who you are on the inside. And a lot of people have not tapped into loving their thought, loving their brain pattern. Me, I tell people all the time, I love myself. I love the way that my brain thinks. I appreciate her as a Black woman in today's society to want to learn, to want to keep learning, to develop new things and create new things, because creation can come from so many different avenues. And I've been creating, brother, not just with the art. I have really been creating lanes for myself and avenues so where I can teach more people to get money. A lot of people don't know, LJ, I hold 8 degrees in social emotional learning.
That's dope. That's dope.
Right?
What?
And I finally, yes, ma'am. So I finally got a chance to have an opening to where I can get a standpoint and get my own practice going, because that's another thing, going back to this painting, who we are mentally, we can't tap into our mental health, because, and this is not an excuse, it's just being real. Our mental health is attached to our living skills, our living duties. And we can't even tap into our living duties because we still are prone to only doing our survival duties as Black people. Black people don't live, we survive. We teach our kids how to survive. We do not teach our kids how to live. Cryptocurrency is a way and a means to teach them how to live moving forward. It's sad that it's moving at a pace. I'm worried about the kids, and I'm worried about the seniors. Because when they get to that age, they're not technically and technology savvy. So who's gonna teach them? You know, I would love to see a lane where people are teaching older generations how to adapt to how this digital currency is going and moving. But that's one thing. It's just tapping into yourself, having that key point to where you know who you are, you accept who you are, whether it be good or bad in your past or whatever. You got to overcome some stuff, you got to forgive yourself, right? A lot to move forward, but also love your creativity. Even if it's your own peanut butter brand, if you got in the kitchen one day and you was broke as heck at home and the only thing you had was some peanut butter and cinnamon or something else, who's to say you can't just, you can't be the next Cinnamon Toast Peanut Butter Crunch, right?
For sure. And creativity is breeded in a really, really, really good fashion, especially when you're passionate about it, and of course when you're in a clear cut mind space. And of course, you said a lot of times some of your best work is created out of passion, but that's all just energy. It's harnessing energy and being able to express it through whatever art form you do. So whether it's painting, whether it's digital artwork, whatever the case is, be able to express yourself and actually utilize it and leverage it to be able to not only express yourself, but share it with the world and be able to monetize yourself with it. So this is awesome. I'm really excited. So I definitely want to go ahead and get into the conversation. I know you had asked a question about NFTs and everything. Did you have any more questions in regards to NFTs?
I do. I got a question for you.
Okay.
What made you want to get into NFTs as a Black young brother? Usually we don't have the time as Black people, but mainly Black men, to be afforded to learn a new way of currency, maybe a new way of hustle, but a new way of currency, and then actually learning, because it is tedious to the urban people. I would say the urban and the hood people, crypto is tedious. It's something new that you have to take time out to actually understand. And it seems like, I think that if we can tackle cryptocurrency in a way to where the urban people will love it and they understand it and it's easy and it's in layman's terms, then we can use that same formula to captivate into a political realm, because it's basically the same, the same brain boggle. How do we turn this tedious thing, this something that they may seem so hard, how do we do that, and why did you get into it?
For sure. Well, I appreciate you asking me that, and it's actually interesting that you asked me that. And brother HD just popped in. I know he's still having a few technical difficulties, but it's all right. What's up, HD? You good, bro?
What's good, bro?
All right. So look, here's what I'm gonna do. Sister Sha Chanel, I actually got the perfect answer for your question. But what I'm going to do is actually get to that right after this commercial.
Okay.
All right. So, of course, that was a commercial presented to everyone by the P2G Networks. Ladies and gentlemen, head over to p2gnetworks.com. Go ahead and make sure you check out all the classes, all the information, and make sure you tune into all of the programs that we have weekly. Y'all, it is so much information to grasp, so much information to take in. And y'all know for the last few years, y'all, we've been bringing it to y'all heavy, especially here on Rapping Crypto, y'all. So, Sister Sha Chanel, coming back in, you had asked specifically what got me into NFTs and Web3 and blockchain and cryptocurrency. Brother HD is the main reason why I got into it. My daughter was on the way back in 2019, 2020, and I was in a position where I was like, I really, 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 really want to figure my life out in terms of doing things better than just going to the job, spending money, saving money. Like, I need to invest. I need to do different things that are outside the normal realm of, what I'm used to, because I'm used to living a college life. I'm used to living it's just me life. Like, I have a daughter coming into the world now. I actually have to do different things that are going to be outside of normalcy. So I got into stocks a little bit, did a little well on one of the stocks I had done some research on, and I was excited about it. And Brother HD was like, "Hey man, have you looked at cryptocurrency?" And I'm like, "Nah, I don't know what that is." And he was like, "You need to check it out." So fast forward some time, we ended up dealing with a organization that we won't go into full detail about who they are, but basically, long story short, a lot of times when you talk to people who are heavy in the crypto game, a lot of them have a story of I've gotten to a couple projects where I've either been rug pulled or it's a project that basically turned out not to be exactly what they said they were going to be. So we ended up being in one of the projects that turned out not to be what they said they were going to be, and we shifted our education to understanding what this technology and blockchain and cryptocurrency truly was. And the reason why we weren't able to recognize, hey, this isn't a solid project or this isn't something that we should get ourselves into, was because we realized we did not have the proper education and knowledge. And a lot of times, melanated individuals and people in general just really run into a problem with, well, I got scammed, or I got duped, or I had this and I had that. And, we don't want to say, oh, well, it's your fault because you didn't know. But the fault is on the fact that there was no information that was there, or there was misinformation that was there that led people to put themselves in a situation that they didn't necessarily want to be in. So, of course, learning from that, that's what really fueled being able to not only be able to learn about this stuff and dive deep and really truly understand it, but actually be able to want to educate people on actually what's going on behind the scenes, understanding these projects, what to actually be looking for, and just genuinely creating conversation about the technology. And then, of course, in the midst of doing that, Brother HD again came to me and was like, hey, man, I'm trying to start the show up. I need me a co-host, and I need you to jump on with me, man. You've been doing great. You understand this, and I'm really excited about it. So we crank up Rapping Crypto. And of course, from the jump, the initial purpose was to simply be able to educate artists on what they can do in order to take back ownership and be able to take back control for themselves in the music industry. And of course, this was all before the Tory Lanez blow up and everything. We were really excited about what we saw were able to be done with NFTs, and we truly saw the vision of this is where the music and the digital realm is going to go to. So, of course, we started off promoting that and doing that, but what ended up happening is Rapping Crypto grew further than what we could have imagined. It wasn't just artists that we got in to get integrated. It's business owners. It's visual artists, physical painters. It's people who are in the housing industry and real estate industry. It's people who are actually in the banking industry, and they may not necessarily understand what's going on in the back end because, as we like to say, you got to follow the money. But if you don't know how to follow the money or where the money's going or what things are becoming trillions and quadrillion-dollar industries, you'll never be able to know and understand what's going on the back end. You'll just see what the news tells you. And of course, we always tell people, if you're getting information from the news, that's well past third-hand knowledge. They're passing it on to this person that gives it to this person that reports the news to you, which basically you become the extra hand that gets the knowledge. So it's just one of those situations where a lot of times we have things that basically get they get watered down, they get outplayed, and of course there's misinformation that's given. Of course we see famous, like I say, wealthy people who were basically for a long time saying no Bitcoin, no cryptocurrency, it's bad, 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 bad. In the meantime, these people are behind the scenes dumping all their money and a lot of their capital into these cryptocurrencies in these projects. And then coming out afterwards. And now as technology has taken over and as things have changed, and they're basically coming out and saying, oh, well, I was wrong. You should definitely check it out. But of course, it's basically kind of one of those tactics where, you know, initially it was, I'm going to present this to you in my hand, but behind my back, I got a whole nother trick. But you're so focused on what's in my hand, you don't care about what's behind my back. And then when I basically switch hands, it's just kind of like you completely forget about what I just had in front of you. I've presented a new remedy to you. But in essence, the education and the knowledge puts you in a position where you don't have to pay attention to, oh, well, I'm waiting for them to give me a new remedy. You already know what's going on, and you can understand that, well, maybe they might be giving me something that wants to lead me into a certain direction of a specific way of them operating in the system that has already been established. So again, just being able to educate people. Like I said, I don't want to go too deep and too in depth into the rabbit holes of it all, but it's just genuinely a situation where it's education and knowledge that we basically wanted to push to people so that they can take advantage of this space and not only be able to do that, but spread the knowledge and information to their family, their friends, and to their loved ones so that we can get this information and knowledge out and get people understanding what actually can truly be done. HD, I'm gonna kick it over to you because I know you jumped in, bro. I want to make sure you get a chance to answer this question before we actually get ready to get into the top 10.
I was gonna say, can you repeat it, bro? I didn't get a chance to hear it.
Oh, no worries. She was just asking us what actually led us and got us into wanting to actually get into the information and understanding cryptocurrency and blockchain, because a lot of melanated people don't necessarily want to take the time to.
So what got me into the information was 2009 when I first read the articles, Bitcoin, the new money. I was sitting there in my college dorm as a freshman. I didn't pay no bit. Well, I tried to pay attention. I just didn't. I thought it was a scam because I had to send my money through Western Union. After that, 2016 hit. I saw that Bitcoin hit 20K. I was at work, and after that, 2018, I got into a company where he was talking about, and then I started deep diving even more about learning about how the inner workings of blockchain works. And then after that, that's when I came about the show. I figured that, blockchain has a lot of open opportunities. And I was like, let me bring my brother along who been with me since day one. So I appreciate him always. And then it just kept growing from there. Like my knowledge is still growing every single day. I feel like I'm a student every single day, not a teacher.
And I definitely want to piggyback off that. Being able to understand that you have to be a student in this. The knowledge never stops; it's constantly changes. So that's another thing. It's not just being able to get the knowledge; it's the constant update. It's almost like creating a new habit. I cut off, and this is the last thing I'll say because we do got to get into the top 10. One of the things, and Brother HD can attest to this, that I did when I genuinely got into this really heavily, and it's now become such a part of my routine that I can now do some of the old things I had to cut out. So there was certain, like I literally stopped listening to certain music. I literally would listen to straight up podcasts dealing with cryptocurrency, blockchain, and I literally just constantly fed myself that information rather than, oh, well, I'm on the car drive listening to music. No, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm listening to information, I'm listening to YouTube videos. And then there's also situations where I cut out TV, I sold my video game. There's a lot of different things that I physically drastically force myself into. I have to actually engulf myself in this. I have to cut out all my distractions and force myself to actually look at what the actual true value in this is. And not everybody has to do that, but I took that deep dive because at that point where we basically got duped with that company, it was like, yeah, this is a problem. And what was I missing? And it's like, it's so much information. I don't have time to do all these other things. And of course, now we're able to integrate other things. But I know Brother HD, there was a lot of things that he stopped doing as well, and integrated into his everyday. But just the gem for people before we get into the top 10. And I know HD would definitely co-sign on this. Getting to things like Coin Market Cap and CoinGecko, and just looking at some of these coins, participating in some of the things that those websites and those places have you interact with, you'll be able to understand a lot about the cryptocurrencies. You'll be able to get information, read up on those projects. And we always tell people, if you're investing in cryptocurrencies, read their white papers, look up the projects, do a deep dive into the project, and make sure you understand. And if you don't understand, make sure you get with somebody who does understand to be able to ask them appropriate questions to make sure that you're investing in the solid projects. Because, of course, the last thing you want to do is feel like you lost money and you're in a place where you're going to lose money and it's a scam. It's not. It's just a situation of there was misinformation and there were situations where you were put in that situation. But with that being said, I do want to take the opportunity to let, ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is the top of the hour. We are about to go ahead and jump into our quick top 10, but I do want to reiterate, just as much as all this information has been said, and just as much as we're about to go ahead and talk about these top 10 cryptocurrency coins, ladies and gentlemen, we are not financial advisors. Please, please, please understand that all the things that we're talking about on this show and with this top 10 that we're about to present to you is all information based off of research, understanding, and our passion for this blockchain, Web3, and cryptocurrency space. Now, with that being said, Brother HD, go ahead and kick us off, man. What's number 10, bro?
Number 10, Algo.
Okay. Algorand at number 10. Number 9, I'm going to come with one of HD's favorites, Cardano at number 9. HD, number 8, what we got, bro?
Number 8, I got ICP.
Okay, ICP, Internet Computers. Number 7, I'm going to come with XRP then. Number 6, what we got, bro?
Theta.
Theta it is. Number 5, I'm going to throw VeChain in there this week. Number 4, what we got, bro?
I'm going to throw a Raven in there.
Okay, Ravencoin, loving it. Number 3, I'm gonna throw Audius Music in there for those artists. Make sure y'all check out Audius. HD, number 2, what we got, bro?
Number 2, this week I'm gonna go Ethereum, man. 3,500 jump.
Okay, big time. So since I got number 1 this week, I'm gonna do a tie for number 1. Number 1, of course, we're gonna throw Bitcoin on there, but I really want people to make sure y'all go check out OVR, Over the Reality, of course. Y'all know Brother HD teaches a class on digital real estate every month, and y'all really need to check out understanding, getting yourself immersed in not only those domain spaces, not only these cryptocurrencies, not only these blockchain and metaverse spaces, but also getting in the understanding of there is digital real estate out there. There is a whole entire new real estate market out there. You can invest in getting into real estate without having to, I got $100,000 to drop, or I have $50,000 to drop. You can invest with as little as $10. And if y'all missed the show where we talked about that, y'all need to get in contact with Brother Walt Knows Money and make sure y'all check out that Block Cycle platform, especially what they've been talking about with Lawfully AI. But ladies and gentlemen, I definitely want to go ahead and take the time to thank Sister Shot Chanel very much for being able to be our special guest this evening, because it has been a heck of a show.
Yes, I enjoyed this. I loved it. Thank you for having me. Thank you for even, allowing me a space inside of your space. I appreciate this. I support you 100%. This whole platform is dope. I support unity. So let's get it. Let's get these people some extra money in their pocket. Let's teach them how to get it. Knowledge is everything. And one thing that I would say is that when you have knowledge to get something, when you have knowledge to better yourself, especially your paper, go after it. I'm gonna stop sleeping on it, and I'm gonna really tune in and tap into how, you know, we can combine and make something really shake. Because I have the audience. The audience is growing every day. But I would love to help my audience get some money too.
Sure, for sure. Well,
I
ladies,
just I want to say one thing.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
young lady, I truly appreciate your point of view in all of this. I mean, I got to you hit it dead on, and I got to say thank you. For your audience, P2G is definitely a resource to help support that. We are teaching and growing and building for the last 4 years the practical use and knowledge of cryptocurrency, and you are definitely welcome to
Thank
bring
you.
them to class. We got you, girl. I
Thank
want to
you.
say you said knowledge. Remember one thing, everyone. We don't have any knowledge without having presence, without being aware. And the fact that you are as amazingly woke, and I truly appreciate it.
Yes, sis,
It's
we gotta
amazing.
we gotta connect on those levels. I would
You
love
you have
to
we've
speak on that.
definitely been in the right spot with the right people because
Yes,
Rap and
yes.
Crypto is an audience, baby.
Um,
These guys are an audience to have.
one of
That's what's
my
up.
things that, you know, and what I appreciated about Link was, you know, when he mentioned that the, you know, land across seas and things like that that they have.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
my inspiration is far beyond. I want to use the art to gather. That's my shiny carrot to my people. But
That's right.
eventually what I want to do is I want to have a conglomerate of people overseas that's in different areas, so where we can start our own Black American embassies and we can have trades coming in. But if we, you know, if we got crypto and we got digital currency, so now the trades are even easier to access and have access to, because other countries are already, you know, upscaled on this digital currency and the crypto game and blockchain and things like that. And I've realized that honestly, it's been so many people. I want to shout out. I have this mentor. His name is Mr. M, but he's in Beirut, and he's been trying for 4 years to get me locked into this black,
Okay,
right?
girl. She
And
said Beirut. Go ahead, girl.
so
That's
what
what's up.
I figured was that I was on an up fence because I'm gonna be real with y'all. I see forex exchange every day in the hood. It's just that our people don't go no further than yo. Let me get a Lucy or a roll up. That's foreign exchange. These people gonna
Yeah.
take the same 10,000 that you just spent in a year on your Lucy's and your roll up, and maybe your bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning, and they gonna take that back to
Mhm.
their country and turn it into a million,
Yep.
right? So we do
Yep.
have foreign exchange. We do have forex and you know currency exchange every day in the hood. It's just that nobody is delivering the message to us to where we can understand it. You know, and that's another thing. It's just the delivery. Can we teach our people on a way to where they can understand it? They don't feel like they're getting duped. Because in political realms, when you step into that, all them amendments and things like that that they write in them bylaws, those are written by lawyers.
So,
Pookie and Ray and Killer on the corner don't understand none of it.
all right. So this means that we're gonna have to definitely do a part two. I see
Yes.
this, guys. Y'all see this? We
Yes,
definitely got to
ma'am.
take it to the streets here. But sister, I want to say thank you. And guys, y'all did a phenomenal job. This show was phenomenal. Oh, I
Thank
can't
you.
say
Thank you. Thank you
fire.
for having me. I
Let's
love all
go.
y'all. Yes, we can definitely hit me up anytime. I'm there. I would definitely love to, you know, send some people you guys' way that, you know, would love to be interested into having an interview that can bring,
Oh,
you know, some more people, open up the
and
button.
that's how we do it. We're going to be sending people your way too because you
Yes,
have a
ma'am.
great value in all of this. Thank you
Yes,
so much for being on. I'm sorry, guys. I know I don't normally talk this much, but this just got to my heart. And I want to say that I'm so proud of you all. This show is such a tool to our community. Know that if we don't hear it, we won't know it, and we won't even know to look for it. And that you say this and you say it loud every week means that we are making waves in the universe. Seriously.
That's how it has to be done. That's how it has to be done. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, we appreciate those of you guys that are viewing. Sister Sha Chanel, thank you again. Thank you so much for being able to come on to Rapping Crypto, being such an awesome guest, and being able to share everything that you have with our platform. And HD, man, what you got for the people, bro?
Man, I just want to say thank you, Michelle, for coming on. Sorry that I was running late. Just had a little family emergency, but it's all good. So I definitely can't wait for part 2. You'll definitely get to hear more of me.
Okay, yes, I'm open. Y'all got me. I'm part of the family.
That's what's up.
So we're gonna definitely get you booked for part 2. Ladies and gentlemen that are viewing at home, we thank you again. It has been another live, dope, and Hall of Fame edition of Rapid Crypto. We pray and hope that you guys are having an amazing week and continue to do so. And in the meantime, y'all already know what I'm gonna tell y'all. If y'all missed anything, make sure y'all play this back, rewind it, share it with somebody. Make sure you like and subscribe on the YouTube, Twitch. Make sure you check out the Facebook channels. Make sure you check out the P2G Network's website. Make sure you access on social media. Make sure y'all are visiting Sister Shot Chanel's pages as well. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, y'all know where to be every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Rapping Crypto. We love y'all. Peace and blessings with you all.
Peace.